Hi, I'm Stina French, and I want to talk to you right now about why you should take my online literature course, LIT 115-470 at Red Rocks Community College. I love teaching this class. I really enjoy it. I think you're going to enjoy it too. So let me show you a few things. The textbooks are my favorite part of the class. We use some really unusual, interesting selections. The first book I want to show you is The Naughty Bits. This comes out of Duke University. It's written by a PhD in literature there, and he has excerpted or taken little snippets of great world literature from some really expectable sources like Chaucer or Sappho, but we also get some really kooky selections like something from Larry Flynt of Penthouse fame, or the Starr Report from when Clinton was being investigated with the Lewinsky scandal. So this book is really intriguing. The selections are brief. You've got 1 to 2 page snippets throughout the book, and I like that. It's an accessible text in that way. We also read what I think is a really important text for any introductory lit class to cover, Nabokov's famous Lolita, which is available in a few filmic versions that students can watch for extra credit. And we do the annotated version of Lolita because it's a pretty dense text, and I think some explanatory notes are pretty helpful with this book. But it has some of the most beautiful prose of any literature I've ever read. But for students who might appreciate some lighter fare, we do also do this graphic novel, really famous graphic novel by Alison Bechdel called Fun Home. And you know, I really appreciate comics. I've always liked comics myself, and I like that comics are getting their just appreciation now in literary circles. People know and appreciate now that literature can be in comic form. You can read this in a night, and it's going to impart all the central lessons of the course in a much more accessible format than a longer novel. So I love this book. We also end up watching a lot of slam poetry on YouTube.
I like you the way I like my wonton packed full of shrimp, like too much syrup on my pancakes, waffles, toast, eggs, beard, oops. I like you like blue whales like to say, ooh.
I love slam poetry. I've been a fangirl of slam poetry for a long time, and sometimes the class will even get together outside of class and go to a slam at the Mercury Cafe, at the Gypsy House Cafe, and that's always been really fun to see my online students out and about in a social way. I like that. Another aspect of the course that I think anyone can appreciate is it's not going to break the bank to take this class. All of these books that I just showed you are $5 to $10 tops, and we don't have an expensive reader. I know a lot of your classes are requiring a $200, even $300 main textbook, and I just cannot buy into that. Literally, I don't want you to buy into that. So we have a really cool online, high-quality resource that we use. It's clickable, meaning all of the core concepts that I would hope we would get from the course, they're highlighted within short stories and poems, and you click on them and it will give you an example of how somebody would interpret literature, written by a very smart person who put the website together at Bedford. So I like that too. I just want to close by saying that some people may be skeptical of taking a literature class online, and I understand that. I actually really do appreciate the face-to-face vibe, and I like being face-to-face with my students, but there's something kind of magical that happens in the online environment when you're working with interpreting, analyzing literature, giving opinions about literature. Everybody gets an equal voice in that discussion. And so instead of 2 or 3 dominant voices sort of taking over discussion, which we've all seen happen, and some of us have been that dominant voice that takes over the discussion, it's great to come away from a discussion in the online environment feeling like you've heard what everybody has to say, and you know you've learned more about that text and about the world from seeing everyone or reading everyone's opinions. So that's something I really appreciate about the online environment for this course.